sure we are present, but we actually not. I want you to be with us, not just be with us through the connection, but be with us through the attention. So especially if it's your first time, you will want to do that right now. And right. So if you're ready, I think I am set and ready to roll. So welcome once again. It's time to turn your dreams into reality. Now, some things are too precious to lose, okay? And that is why you are here. Someone type in, some things are too precious to lose. And losing those things could be losing your life. Imagine someone saved their entire life experience, picture, through pictures, through videos and other experiences, and want their children's children to see them, okay, and did that for over 3 decades, and has securely, put it on an external drive, and hoping that it will live for years and their children's children will come and see what the successful grandfather career was or life was. And one day the flood came and swept away the computer and the external drive, and everything on it went away. The experience of that person was terrible. It was devastating. You can imagine. And what he said was, when that happened to me, I did not only lose data, I didn't only lose documents, I lost my life. And that is the story of many people. A number of people, even on this call, can identify with losing precious data. And that was a dream of someone that that was not materialized. So tonight, I want to tell you, let's turn your dreams into reality. And this dream I'm talking about is your digital dream, making sure that your digital assets are intact. And it can go from 1 year to 10 years to 15 years, for a long time, because it is in the cloud. And who is making that possible? Got Back Up. So Got Back Up is a project, but it's also an incredible service, okay? It's a movement, you might call it that as well. It is here to help individual businesses, families, and businesses turn their dreams into reality, okay? Their digital dream, mainly. But the second part of tonight's presentation has to do the second part has to do with your a financial opportunity, or creating another stream of income. Got Back Up as a project has what we call a strategic partnership attached to it. And you want to pay keen attention to this one. So what is Got Back Up? Got Back Up is a secure cloud service or storage service, and this was developed in 2023. So, similar to something like cloud service, what that is. Now, if you are on the call tonight and you are using the cloud for anything, indicate. No. In fact, it's an obvious question, right? Now, if you are not, because there may be some people here that are not utilizing the cloud. They do not have an apartment in the cloud. They do not have a single room in the cloud. They do not have a space in the cloud, okay, where they can keep their digital assets. What I'm talking about is your pictures, your videos, your documents, your audios, okay? If you are on this call or listening to this presentation and you are not making use of the cloud, let's know. Say no cloud, okay? And let's know. If you are, probably I can see the number of people that are using. Just type cloud, 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 cloud. And those that are not, no cloud. All right. I hope after tonight, if you are not using, or after you have listened to this presentation, if you are not using the cloud, you will make use of it. You will go and have an apartment in the cloud. You go and have a single room in the cloud. All right. Because God Backup is giving out accommodation at a very, at a great deal. All right. So God Backup was developed, I would say, by GVO, and the service allows individual businesses and organizations to securely back up and store and manage their digital data online. And the best price so far, I think, I have seen when it comes to cloud accommodation or digital or data accommodation, okay, up in the cloud. And beyond that, I mentioned there's a strategic partnership you want to pay attention to. All right, so that is what God Backup is about. Now, you said who developed God Backup? GVO. Who is GVO? GVO is a multi-million-dollar internet marketing software development company. These guys started way back in 1997 in Canada and started building, cloud storage system for businesses, companies, but they wanted to expand, much bigger and go much further. But Canada didn't have the requisite infrastructure, the fiber optics infrastructure. And guess what? They looked and looked and looked, and where better place they can get, what better city they can get a lot of fiber infrastructures, and that is Texas. And 10 years after working seriously in Canada, they moved to Texas, USA, and that is where God Backup is situated right now on a 10,000 square foot. That's the data center. And they are positioned there to, support, reach out to the rest of the world. And who's behind God Backup? GVO. Great guys. It is led by the CEO, Joel Therrien, okay? And then Mark, and these are the senior management people, and his wife, Eve. Joel and his wife, Eve, were in Ghana the end of 2025. We had a fantastic time with these guys. They opened up to Africa for the first time. They entered Africa, and Ghana was the gateway. And you can imagine that. So great things I want to, I believe, take up from here, from this partnership, from this gateway that have been opened to Ghana and the rest of Africa. If you're from any other region of Africa or country, just position yourself, because you could be, opening up a great opportunity to your region, to your space, to where you are. All right. So this is a great team there, led by Joel Therrien and his wife, Eve. And at the end, you will see some pictures and moments we had with them in 2025, November, when they came to Ghana. Why cloud storage, guys? Amongst everything else, why cloud storage? Cloud storage because into this interconnected world, data is being generated at an unprecedented rate every day, okay? From social media interactions to online transactions, every data interaction, they're producing valuable, every digital interaction, they're producing valuable data, okay? And it's unbelievable the amount, the volume of data that are being generated each day. The first time I saw it, I was blown away. Sit and look at this. How much data is being generated every day? Over 400 million terabytes of data is being generated every single day. And this data, this stat is even a bit old. It's between 2024 and 2025. We are in 2026. All right. So it is even going to go much higher than that. There was a projection that said by 2025, the data, the data production per day was going to go up to 180, over 180 zettabytes. And actually, it shot that by 10. I think it ended up at about 190 something zettabyte for the entire year. Okay, and that was really huge. So that is the kind of data that's being generated. So what does this mean? That means there will be it will require space to keep all of this data. That is why I got back up, say, hey, we're going to leverage on two massive global trends, okay? And one of them will be something that generates a lot of data each day. And what is that? Smartphones. Smartphone generates about, you know, this stat says there are approximately 15 billion smartphones in existence since that's 2024, all right? And what these phones are doing, they are generating data because people are using it for bank transactions, social media interactions, and all what you can think about. And these phones, smartphones, and smart gadgets are producing data. And from what I see, phones are not going anywhere in the next decades, next 2, 3, 4 decades. They're not going anywhere. They're only going to get better and get more. So what does that mean? More data will be produced, okay? We are so reliant. Why I'm so confident about that? We are so reliant on the mobile phone right now. We use it for almost everything. You can call it addiction. Yes, for many of us, it's the last thing we put down and the first thing we pick up in the morning. Last thing we put down before we sleep, the first thing we pick up in the morning, and do a lot of other things with it. You know, I don't have to go through all of some of the stats they have here where they say about 80% of people use their phone for alarm, where to wake them up for appointment and all of that. I know you do that. I do that. Many of us do that right now. We hardly will use the typical traditional alarm clock. We don't use that. It is outdated right now. We use our phones. Okay. But just as data is being generated, guys, it's a serious concern because as more data is being generated, more data is being lost. That's what it is. So data loss is growing as more data is being created. Now, we took some stats from the US. More than 5,700 smartphone screens are broken every hour in the US. What about in your city where you are? What about in your country where you are? What about in the world? All right. Surveys suggest that about 50% of smartphone owners have damaged their phones within the first year after buying it. And what happens when that happens? When you buy your phone, use it, in no time, you damage your screen or your phone. What happens? You lose data. While another survey reported about 31% of people who broke their phone also lost data. They lost pictures, videos, documents, images, and other things, okay, on your phone. Through theft, accidental damage, whatever, they are all big risk of people losing their data. That is why protection of data backup is increasingly important nowadays. And people are looking for solution, and that is why Gut Backup was born. But it's not only the phone. You would think, oh, just phone. No, computer, laptops also at a big risk of losing data, guys. In the past year or so, you have 68% of businesses experience some data loss, okay? It came from causes like, human errors, hardware failure, software corruptions, and all of that. But nearly 31% have lost all their data due to these unavoidable events. And guess what? 93% of companies, institutions that experiencing severe data loss, they do not recover from it. You know what that means? You lose your whole plan, business plan, and ideas, and roadmap, and all of that. That is threatening. All right. So data loss is serious, guys, and we know people are looking for solutions. And who are the guys that are providing the solutions? The usual suspects. Okay, the user people that data they're providing the solution actually is the cloud. You don't want to keep your important stuff on a local drive, whether it's a pen drive, a pencil drive, whether it's an external drive, a hard drive. They could all get damaged. They could go bad, theft, and all of that. It's not the best place. Temporarily, yes, but the cloud is where you're supposed to keep them. And these guys have been around for a while. The Googles, the Amazon, the Dropbox, the iCloud, they have been providing great data, solutions, and fantastic. We have over 2.3 billion people using the cloud right now, okay, that are taking advantage of that. But there's a whole lot of people that don't even know about it. They don't know they should. And that is why we are educating them. That is why we are connecting them. That is why we are being commissioned to expand this good news to the rest of the world. Okay. And what is God Backup doing? God Backup is just here to help people get better value for money. That is what we're providing. So you have people switching from the left side to the right side. Why? Because of the great value God Backup is giving. Somebody asking, what's the great value? Let's compare. You're likely to get these prices in the market right now. Don't quote me. It could be higher or lower. All right. iCloud, for example. Let's look at, let's use a common denominator, 6 terabytes of space, okay? Approximately, you get 6 terabytes of cloud space for 6 users for about for $420 per year, okay? Dropbox will give you 6 terabytes of cloud space, 1 user, approximately at $360 per year. Google Drive will give you about 6 terabytes of cloud space for 5 users for about $300 a year. And we have all been using that, and then we've been getting our service from them. Then the new kid on the block showed up. All right. God Backup is giving you 6 terabytes of cloud space for 6 users for multiple operating systems, unlimited number of devices. For how much? $99.97. You heard me right. Let's call it $100 a year. All right. 3-4 times better than what others are giving. And God Backup, remember, there's a word underlined, multiple operating systems. All right. It means it works for, if you have Android, it works on your Android. If you have iOS system, it works on your iOS system, whether it's iPhone or what's the other one? iPhone, or you're using a MacBook, it works on that. Or using a Windows laptop, it works on that. Multiple operating systems, okay? So 6 terabytes against 2 terabytes, no size. 6 account versus 1 account, no size. Multiple operating systems versus 1 operating system, no size, okay? But there's more. God Backup gives you give you additional benefits. God Backup has embedded in its system, in its app, bulk emailing services, those personalized emailing services, and automated emailing services. Okay, and Got Backup is the only cloud storage service right now that gives you 30-day money back, which I'm aware of. Okay, don't quote me on that. Maybe others now are giving that, but I know Got Backup gives you 30-day money back for any reason. You have bought Got Backup a terabyte of space. You bought an accommodation in the cloud, and how big is that accommodation? 6 terabyte. Okay, let me just stick with that, because if I start describing, it's about 6 square meters and blah blah, you get confused. So we're talking about cloud here. So we and you your brother came home and bought another cloud service for you, and bought a cloud service and shared, give you 3 terabyte, like, oh, but then I don't need this 6. You can request Got Backup can give you back your money within that time. Okay, PCI compliant. Got Backup is PCI compliant. Your debit card transaction, credit card transactions, all saved. All right, to transact. Okay, and you might be thinking, with all of these good services and tools and features, those guys, what about security? I can tell you this for free and real. Got Backup is offering top-notch security. It's called 256-bit encryption. Now, if you probably was on the call much earlier, you would have seen the video that talked about the AES 256-bit encryption. It's called the military grade. That is the same security or similar security the top players in the industries are using. The Google, the iCloud, the Amazon, Microsoft, they're using the 256-bit encryption. Got Backup is not left out when it comes to that. So real high security, you can rest assured. But there is more. Got Backup is the only numero uno cloud service that offers you these tools. Okay, these tools and features. Okay, it's called the Got Backup Pro. Got Backup Pro. You have in Got Backup Pro, you have what we call the testimonial generator. You have the VTubers, like, a video streaming service. You have the Memory Place. You have SendShock. You have Funnel Builder. Then you have Marco Max. All of these tools put together are in the Got Backup Pro system or tools. Okay, and it also the Got Backup Pro also includes the 6 terabyte we talked about, and the other things that come with the 6 terabyte is all part of the Got Backup Pro. All right, and it is just giving you more, especially for people who are social media users or utilizers. And these are tools that you will really need that can help make things much easier for you. For example, if you are into services, let's take our testimonial generator. You can generate a lot of testimonies from your satisfied customers and clients, and they can give you 30 minutes, 1 minute, 1.5 minutes videos, which can allow you with the testimonial generator to generate all of these testimonies and then just hook it up to all your social media handles, okay? And the work is done for you. So great test, professionally done for you. You don't have to go and blow your own trumpet. Let your customers and your client do it for you. And testimonial generator helps you make that easy. Memory Place, for example, gives you access to a digital album. So where you have a lot of people into an event, take pictures, maybe 50 people, and each person took their individual pictures, 60 pictures each. Guess what? You can collate all of those pictures through Memory Place and have it up in the cloud. Memory Place create the album in the cloud for you, and each and every one will have access to everyone else pictures and videos. And incredible. Marco Max is a tool that allows you to automatically post stuff, schedule your posting, your videos, the time and all of that. You probably see people posting 10, 15 times a day. You're like, what's these people? Don't they have anything to do? They do have things to do, but they're using tools like Marco Max, which allows you, which is automated, and you can choose the kind of videos you want to post online and the times, the frequency in which you want it. So if you are a social media person or interested in going that, or you are someone who know people who do this, then these are tools that can help them. And I'll tell you how much that costs as we go on. So guys, never lose your digital dream ever again, all right? Your videos, your pictures, your audios and images and other things. Why? Because God Backup does 98% of the work for you. Just do the rest, okay? And yes, it's just 3 years old, was born 2023, but guess what? God Backup is impacting the world, guys. I am telling you. God Backup is already in 165 countries and counting. Now, let me put this into context. We have about 195 countries in the world, and something that was just born, just developed, has already entered into 165 of those 195. You'd be wondering, what kind of speed is that? That's how fast it's going. And it's going to impact the world. It would. Eventually, it would. Because why? Everybody at some point in time will need cloud storage. Take it from me today. If not today, tomorrow, the next day, next year, you will need it. Why not be a part of what this movement right now, all right? And take advantage of all of what is happening. Now, that's where we go into the second part of tonight's or our presentation, because you probably might be listening to it. Someone may be listening to it at a different time, and it's morning, it's afternoon, whatever time you're listening to this. This part is the strategic partnership, and God Backup is delighted, is excited to give out the opportunity to people who share this vision to take over the world, to protect people from losing data, from losing precious memories, from losing their lives, okay? Because remember, someone lost their data. They say, I didn't just lose my data. When that happened, I lost my life. I lost my business, all right? So we want to take this to the world. And this is an opportunity where you can, that creates a new stream of income for you. You can call it any of the line items: supplemental income, extra income, additional, residual, passive, part-time, or a side hustle, you want to call it. But indeed, it's a new stream of income. And you want to take advantage of it. God Backup is the only cloud storage that pays you. Think about it. The only cloud storage that pays. And they use a simple system, okay? Not complicated. And as we move on, you will understand it much better. But why do you want to focus on this? Because the attention of people, where you can find people right now is different from where people used to be 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago. People are now all online, all right? So you can get them there, and that's where we will meet them, because something is happening in that space, okay? If you don't believe it, watch this. I want you to pay keen attention to, you see the bottom item there? It says online, and it's 0.00%, nothing at this point, and it's from 1930. Let's see what happens from 1930 up to the 2000. Take a look. Don't get your eyes off online. Just track it. Ready? Let's go. So that's online, and the start actually was from 2024, and it was over 60%. That's where, but right now it's 2026, so that number is even going to be much higher. The activities now are online. People have moved from the different traditional areas where you find a lot of people. They're all shifted to somewhere else, and that's where we're going, guys. So another reason why you should take this very seriously. These are graphs, okay? The blue one says is about the cloud infrastructure and the revenue that was generated from 2017 to 2025. See the trajectory, see the growth. All right. And don't believe me, just go to statista.com and check it out. Okay. Where the cloud market value is going from how it's growing now till the next 10 years or so. There's a projection a few years ago that 2025 was going to finish with a value of later below 300 billion US dollars. But guess what? They reviewed that again. They had to review that again because the 2025 ended with over 400 billion US dollars. Okay, you'd be like, so what does it mean? 400 billion. So all of that, I'm coming. All right. My country people say, what did you do? All right. So it means be patient. All right. So from 2018 to 2035, that's another projection. There's another trend there. And we're in 2026. In the next 9 years, the projection says cloud storage value, market value, is going to be worth, all right, over 3.5 trillion US dollars. Over 3.5. That's going to be the value of the cloud market. And that's big, guys. And this guy, Zeman, says, a slice of something big is worth far more than all of something small. All right, you'd be like, okay, what does that mean? Let me break this down even further. You know, a watermelon, big watermelon. So I cut a slice of that and I gave it to you. And I gave you a full grape. Take a grape, full one, and I gave you. Now tell me which will produce more juice for you, the full grape or the slice of the watermelon? It's obvious, the slice of the watermelon. You just want a slice of this big value, which is the cloud market. That's all you need, 0.00001. Somewhere in the next 5 years, 10 years, you're done because it is really big. All right. And you want to take advantage of this. And that is why you should take interest in the strategic partnership. How do you get started? Just subscribe to any of the services God Backup has, whether is any of the packages, okay? Whether is the 6 terabyte of cloud space or is some of the other packages. I think we should show it. But the 6 terabyte of cloud space for 6 users that you can share with your whole family or your office, your colleague, and all the other things that come with it. It's 9.99.97, but for the strategic partnership, it's $20 more. It's $20 a year to be a strategic partner. So $20 plus the package, which is in terms of the family package is $100. So it's $120 a year. It will cost you to take part in the strategic partnership, plus having the service, using it as well. So it's not that $120 and okay, I can be a part of the strategic partnership. Now, how much is the service? No, it's all in one. All right. So that's a great value you get there. So 120, remember this amount, all the equivalent in your currency. If you in Ghana, plus minus 1,500 cedis. Okay. When I got started about almost 2 years ago on the project, I spent slightly over 2,000 cedis at a time. But now it's like 1,005. Be like, how come? The 120 hasn't changed. What has changed is the exchange rate. So, but that is worth it. Even if I hadn't earned anything from it, it was still worth it because I'm using the service for a lot of other things. But I mean, I got that money back multiple times. So it was worth it indeed. My goodness, some things are missing from the slides. Okay, so I'm only seeing here. All right, yeah. So this is I showed you the family package already. We showed what? It showed the 6 terabyte of cloud space, and it was $120. This is the God Backup Pro. You remember we talked about it? It is no. It's not 499.97. It is now $220 US a year. It includes the 6 terabyte of cloud space and all the other things that come with the 6 terabyte family package, plus the 6 tools that God Backup Pro have. So that is what you get. So it's $100 more than the basic package. It's God Backup Pro. You want to partake in that. Now, how do you benefit financially, commercially from the strategic partnership? God Backup pays you 7 different ways. 7. Say 7. I can't hear you. Say 7. Okay, I heard someone. All right, so I'll talk about the first one. Is the customer acquisition bonus. It's called customer acquisition. And among the 7, that's the only income that you can make instantly. All right. You can make it daily, weekly, monthly, hourly, no problem. Whatever time you do that, you make that income. But the remaining, you God Backup pays that monthly. So it is every month. Okay. Now, let me break the customer acquisition bonus down. God Backup says, go out as a strategic partner. You have the license to go out to the world and spread the message about securing the cloud, securing their data up in the cloud. Basically, we have the best cloud accommodation. Okay. So if God Backup acquires one customer through you, okay, God Backup will share give you something called customer acquisition bonus. And that's 50% of the annual cost of the package. The package for the family pack is $100. 50% of $100 is $50. Okay. Technically it's 99.97. Sorry, it's 49.97. But let's call it $50, okay? So that technically means, what if I get 2 people to sign up to God Backup and benefit from the cloud and other things that I have? God Backup will give you 50 times 2 for those 2, and that's $100. So what if there are about 10? Multiply that. Just do the math, okay? So that's 10 times 50. That's $500 you could be earning. If you do that for the month, you make $500 for that month. If you do that for the week, you make $500 for that week. Well, if you do it in a day, you make $500 that day, bro. In an hour, if that happens, you make $500 in that hour. That is the potential this has. If it's we have another package for people who they generate a lot of data, their institutions, their organizations, and 6 terabyte is too small. We have something called the enterprise solution. So God Backup will give you bigger cloud space. Okay, so if you're interested in that, no problem. You can ask the one who invited you, and I say I want much bigger than 6 terabyte, and they can recommend you to the enterprise solutions. Okay, it's 20 terabyte and stuff like that going. Then we have, remember we talked about it the Got Backup Pro. Now, if you get people to sign up to get on the Got Backup Pro, all right, to use the Got Backup Pro, you first need to register for the Got Backup Pro. If you get one person registered on the Got Backup Pro, Got Backup pays you $75 US. You heard me right. So what if you get two? You get 75 times 2. That's $150. I think my math is right. If it's 10, that's 700 US dollars. Okay. And people do need Got Backup Pro. Just need to tell them about it. Okay. So that is the customer acquisition bonus, and everything else that Got Backup that you and you'll be like, how would a question? Let me answer this question before it comes, and because I can see someone thinking, how would Got Backup know it's me? Now, for anyone to buy something from Got Backup, they need a link, they need a referral, all right? Because they won't just sell to you. So the person has to give you a link. They have to give you a referral. Say, go and make your purchase. And that referral is their referral. So when you register, you will get yours. So once you give the person your referral link and the person makes a purchase, you get paid. You don't need to call back. Got Backup, someone in Uganda, I just gave my, no, you don't have to do that. The link will do the talking for you and your account will confirm it. Okay, that's how it works. Claire, now let's go to something bigger than the customer acquisition bonus. There's another bonus called the cycle match bonus. Okay, cycle match. So Got Backup will match your bonus with something, but for you to earn this, you need to be a Sapphire. All right. The strategic partners are the Got Backup uses precious minerals to, identify and reward the strategic partners. So we have bronze, copper, silver, gold, platinum, sapphire, emerald, ruby, and then the diamonds. Okay. So how do you become a bronze? Now, when Got Backup acquires one customer through you, you are called what? A bronze. Yeah. All right. You have achieved bronze title status. Then if you get two people, then where you place them, left, right, a bit technical, but you are considered to be a copper, and then you have silver, gold, platinum, and whatever. But for this bonus, I want to talk about you have to be a sapphire. This one in blue here. Okay. Of course, there are things you need to do to be sapphire. Some minimum requirement, but we're not going to go through all of that. But let's say it took you a few months, a few years, but you are sapphire. Now, what do you get if you're sapphire? Now, if you are sapphire, Got Backup say they will match your bonus with the people who you have helped, who you have brought in. So I take out of maybe you've brought in over time 30, 40, 50 people, but I just want 10. I take 10 of them, okay? And let's say you help those people to make about $1,000 in a month from building this, okay? They build this from what they get in their cycle bonus is about $1,000, all right? Now, it could be less than that. It could be more, but 1,000, I want to use it for my projection, okay? So don't say, why 1,000? Why not 1,000? Okay? It make my calculation easy, and it's substantial also. So if a person is making 1,000, Got Backup say, we will match, because you brought in that person personally, we will match, we'll give you a matching check of 25% of what they're making. So 25% of 1,000 is 250. So you make 250 because that person made $1,000 in that month. Now, if there are 10, that's 250 times 10. That's $2,500. You see the calculation? Yes, that's how it works. So 1,000. What if there was $100? Then that's 25% of 100, which is 25. Okay, and 25 times 10, that's 250, and that's 10. What if there were 50 of them? What if there were 83 of them? Multiply that by the number. I just want to give you an idea, but that's how it is calculated. Unbelievable income. All right. So be like, really? And how much did you get started on this project? $120 for most people. Okay. And if you are an emerald, you make 50%. God Backup will match that check with 50%. Match what they gave you with 50%. That means $1,000. 50% of $1,000 is $500. So if there are about 10 people, that's 500 times 10. That's $5,000. Okay. Now, if they are 25, multiply that, do the math. But interestingly, the diamonds, look at the diamonds. If you are a diamond, any of the diamond, all of the diamond, it is a 100% matching bonus you get. But what makes the difference is the match cap. Okay, so for diamond, if you have diamond, blue diamond, you have double diamond, triple diamond, and double, triple blue, and so on. Okay, so you can grow, you can build, you can have unbelievable stream or generate unbelievable stream of income from this, guys. It is real. There are people on the project that have made 2,000 in a month, 3,000 in a month, 6,000, 8,000, even 10,000 someone had made from the project. Okay, may not be in a particular month, but they earned that from the project. All right. And how old is God Backup? 7, 8 years old? No, only 3 years old. And those income even came far before the 3 years. That is the potential of what we're telling about. And I'll give you some proof just at the end. We'll be like, really? So at the end, we will show you some random income of some random strategic partners. Okay, but before I do that, let me give you a summary of all we talk about. Going away, that is, the best cloud storage deal we're talking about here that has, emailing systems, and it provides unlimited number of devices. It takes unlimited number of devices. High security, has multiple operating system, great support, and then it has the strategic partnership added to that. It has a great community which you can leverage on, just by being part of the project. Okay, and this is something alone, the value you get from that, beside the product and the service that is being offered to you, you get a lot more than that. Okay, regular presentations you will get, and trainings. You don't need to worry about how do I do. Don't worry, take your time. Remember how much you pay annually. It is $220 for the strategic, $220 for the God Backup Pro, and God Backup Pro is the strategic partner, include the strategic partnership as well. So $220 will give you all of the 6 terabyte and all the other things. Now, what if it's just the family package? The family package will cost $120 a year, and you get the 6 terabyte and the other things, and you are a strategic partner as well. Okay, now how do you pay? Someone will be asking. You can use your Visa card or your MasterCard to do your payment. What if you don't? Then if you are in Ghana, probably you can Momo. We call something mobile money. You can Momo. You won't use mobile money to pay directly, but you can Momo the person and say, hey, I have my 1,500. I want you to I want to get registered, I want to buy this thing, and they can get something we call the prepaid link for you and send it to you. Just click on it and go ahead and make it gives you access to make your purchase, choose your package, and put in your details and get started. Hope that's clear. If it's not, you can ask the person and they give you more details. Okay, so remember, you get your personalized link. Okay, your own link. Once you get registered, you get your own link. You get what we call your virtual office, personalized as well. All right, with some great marketing tools in them, some specialized as well. We have regular presentations like this one, okay? And you get great training as well. If you just plug into whatever system you are, I'm sure you will be trained and be guided every day how to go about building the strategic partnership. Great network community. Sorry, everyone. Just give me a second. I didn't realize it's my power on my gadget just went off. Just give me a few seconds. Whilst we do that, if you have questions, all right. We're gonna go back right now to so just prepare your questions. If you have questions, please put it in the chat for now until I can restart, and then and we will. Okay, back on. Oh goodness. Switch. Okay, so sorry about that. Let me share my screens again. Okay. It says recording is in progress, right? What about? Okay, I think YouTube is also still on, hopefully. Did I check that? Okay, can you see my screen? Let me get this. Make sure I can see what's happening. All right. I am so sorry for this. Okay, stay. All right, so let's wind up. We just at the end, just a couple of minutes. We should be done with this. So I'm sure I'm still sharing my screen. I am sure recording is still happening. All right. So you remember earlier on I spoke about the CEO Joel Terrien and his wife Eve Terrien. We have some interaction with them. That's them the at the extreme left corner there. And with them is this guy who, I can say open up Africa. Okay. And he's a professor at the University of Ghana. When this project started 3 years ago, some friends on the project in the US, Canada, I think, call him up and say, hey, Dr. Ohene Asare, I want you to have a look at something. I think this thing looks good, and tell me what you think about it. It's promising. And when he saw it, he was blown away and said and took it. All right. And that's how we got to know about it here in Ghana and in other parts of Africa and even beyond through him, because he said yes to the project. And so we had this big event at the Mensvik Hotel in Accra in Ghana. Some of you might not know what we're talking about, but this happened in Ghana. And you know, there was no the attendance, the place was overbooked or so. You know, there was people had to be turned away for this event, and that was the beginning of a lot of good things, promising things that's going to happen from the project here. And it was last November. Then the next one, just wait. The next one is going to come soon. Stick and still, probably in your region, in your city, in your town, you could create an environment for this to happen for you. It's a service, guys. Everybody needs a project. Everyone can afford. Remember, it's just $120 to get started. What can you get started in this world right now that can go this global with just $120? I mean, think about it. But this can allow you to have the cloud space and then grow a new stream of income. You want to get started right now. Speak with the one who invited you and tell them ask them how can I get started. Okay, and then we will take it from there. But I promise you something, and I want to fulfill that. I told you I'll give you some random income and of strategic partners, and I think I want to do that. But before I do that, let me give this disclaimer. What you're about to see, okay, is just an example, or they are just examples of what is possible, okay? It's not a guarantee of earnings on this project, okay? Because some people, yes, I know, make you will see some 4 digits, some you will see some 5 digits. These are which may have been earned in a month, in 2, in 3, in 4, or 6 months' time. But it included what I want to show you is what I'm unable to show you what they did, the processes, the work. But take note, it was skills, it was time invested, it was their consistency, and all of that put together, and they got backup system that helped them to earn that. It depends. Your success on this project depends on you and the system and what you put into it. Having said that, wear your seatbelt and have a look at this income. See the top there. Look at the yellow highlighted areas. At the top, you see over 10,000 US dollars that was credited to an account. Below that, you see 3,900 and something. Below that, you see 8,003. Above, in the middle there, you see 5,004. Then you had an account that within 30-day time, the system in the back office showed that this account earned 7,000 in 30 days. And this is a Ghana Cedi account, and it showed 72,000 Ghana Cedi. Now, how many on this project that have a job that earned 72,000 in their job in the last 3 years' time? I know some people earn a lot, but tell me, a lot of people are not making that kind of money, but this is a system that can allow you to do that. Okay, yeah, you have 8,000. So guys, this is what we have. And if you love the project, go ahead, make the be a part of it. If you just want to use the service, it's still worth it. Okay, get your stuff backed up in the cloud. Get an accommodation in the cloud. Okay, and for the price we have for it today. Okay, the accommodation is needed right now. Don't lose your stuff. You can get a whole warehouse for a very reasonable price. So if you have any questions, I will want you to I want to thank you so much for your time first. And if you have any questions, I think we can take your questions. Let me unmute, see if I can get your microphone working and you can ask your questions. But don't go away, because there's a very important video I will be showing that will break all of this down, and that is the video we're going to leave with. Okay, but if you have a question, you can unmute and you can ask those questions. So if there are no questions, then let me just go straight to the video and close with it. Is that okay? If that's okay, can I see in the platform on the, let me have a look at the chats. I have a bad habit not to look at chats when I didn't even see chats here now because I had to restart this, so I don't see any messages. But if you're okay, just type in okay. Then we close with I can do the closing video. I can share the closing video. I'm not seeing any message going. Okay, David, thank you. Who else? Okay, are we okay? Okay, thumbs up, Dr. Doherty, thank you. Okay, Daniel, thank you. Who else? I want 5 okays, then I'm okay. Reverend Bijou, thank you. Ken, thank you. Okay. Jay, thank you. All right. Ralph, thank you. All right, I'm done. Thank you very much, and let's close with this video. Thank you, Excellence, for your kind words. So where are my video? So this is a message from the CEO, and he is giving, so pay attention to this. He did some funny thing I'm looking at in the chat, some dance song. Oh, Raphael, hi, good to see you again. Best regards to you and the family. Okay, so here we go. Don't go away until after this video and the next. It's just short. And
Office of God Backup. Now, everybody wants to know, are we super secure? And how do we offer such an amazing service at such a low price? So this is in our tech room. And what we're going to do is we're going to take you on a tour of our server room to show you just how secure it is, and we welcome you into the family. So let's go over to the server room. So the first thing I want to explain to you guys is that we're fully PCI compliant. For physical PCI compliance, what does that mean? It means we're allowed to physically store credit cards in our data center because we're uber secure. So we've passed all the tests for that, and we're legally allowed to store credit cards and your storage. So one of the first requirements for PCI compliance is you have to have 2 coded doors before you get into your server room. We also, as a company, like to have fun, so we call it Area 51. So anyway, I'm going to code this door with my back here so you guys can't see what the code is. Come in this way. This is a simple inventory room, guys. We build servers here and so forth. And then our second coded door is over here, okay? And so we have a coded door here as well to get into the server room. So here we are in the server room, guys. This is where all the magic happens. So a couple of things people ask. Joel, how secure is my data, and could you ever lose our data? So as an example, let's come here. It's impossible to lose your data, and here's why. If you look at this storage array, and we have, hundreds of storage arrays in here, there's 14 hard drives across this storage array. 4 of these hard drives could fail, which statistically never happens, but let's say it did. 4 of these hard drives need to fail before we start to lose some data. But guess what? We're not going to lose any data because this is striped to here. This whole rack of hard drives here is copied here. Just the same here. All these hard drives here are copied here. So there's not a single point of failure relative to your data. There's also no single point of failure in the server room. As an example, there's A power and B power. Every server is plugged into A power. Every server is plugged into B power. Also, relative to cooling of this room, if you come over here, you'll see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 air conditioners in this server room. So the air is never going to be a problem. The other thing as well is we're very, very efficient. If you look up at the ceiling, let's come back over here, you'll see vents up there, and the cold air is strategically placed in front of the servers here, so it sucks in all the cold air, and it goes over into the hot aisle behind this wall here. So very, very efficient server room as well. And finally, if God forbid there was ever a fire in this room, we have here what's called a fire suppression system. What this system does, it's just a bunch of electronics behind here, but we can open it up, okay, is if God forbid there was a fire, and in 25 years there's never been a fire, but it will snuff out all the oxygen in this room. If there's no oxygen, then the fire goes out, right? So we don't use water to destroy the equipment. So that's the basics of the server room. Super, super secure and super redundant relative to your data. So the other aspect to security is we use the exact same security as Amazon, as Google, as all the big players, Microsoft. It's patented security. It's military grade, 256-bit encryption security. So your stuff is very secure. So let's come out of the server room for now. And I also want to explain, if God forbid a bomb dropped on this building, a hurricane came in, whatever, a flood, which statistically is impossible, but if it did happen, we also back up all of your cloud data to a third-party data center just in case something ever happened to this building. And again, it's never happened, but you just never know, right?
Imagine this. You wake up one morning, pour yourself a cup of coffee, and suddenly your computer just won't turn on. A dark cloud of dread suddenly looms over you because you can't remember the last time you backed up your work. And what about all your photos, your business documents, basically your entire digital life? Gone. Scary, right? Once those files are gone, they're gone for good. Unless you had a backup plan in place. That is where Got Backup comes in. Got Backup is your personal, automatic, 24/7 cloud backup service, and more. Set it up once and it quietly works in the background, backing up your photos, videos, and documents automatically. It's the ultimate set and forget solution. With an internet connection, you can access your files anytime, anywhere, from unlimited devices, all synced to your ultra-secure cloud. Need to share something? Got Backup makes it easy with its Collaborate and Share feature. Share a work presentation, a family photo gallery, or an important document with password-protected links and expiration dates. You're always in control. And your data, it's locked away with state-of-the-art 256-bit encryption, the same technology banks use, so you can relax knowing your files are safe. All this for just $99.97 a year. Your subscription even covers you and up to 5 family members, sharing a massive 6 terabytes or 6,000 gigabytes of storage space. That's a lot of memories. But here's the part no other cloud service offers. With Got Backup, you can also choose to earn income wherever you are in the world. Join as a strategic partner for just $20 a year, plus your subscription, and earn up to 75% recurring revenue shares as you help us educate others about this project and impact lives. That's unlimited earning potential, sharing something people already need. This is a no-brainer. Protect your memories, grow your income, impact society with your value, and rest easy because Got Backup has your back. So what are you waiting for? Get started today.
All right, everyone, have a good evening.